Hey, what's going on, guys? We are back. We're gonna be streaming for a little bit. We got some time. And we're gonna get into some Counter Strike. We're gonna watch a match. And you know what Teams League is already about. We're all about the team dynamics. We wanna see that group play. We wanna see some strategies here. We wanna introduce the world of team building into video games. So, we're gonna let this heat up the stream and check this out. So, I've been on Twitch and on right now on the ESL League. They've got a match going on right now. It is Gambit versus Cloud9. And I want to see this. I don't know about you, but I want to see this. So we're gonna see if we can't watch them for a little bit. We're gonna see exactly how the pros do it. What's the secret? What's the strategy? Dun 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 dun. Oh, that is good stuff. All right, game is booted up. We're about to. You know what? Hang on. Oh, right there it is. There it is. Um. What is? All right, there it is. I hope we're not too late. Right, we'll use mine. All right. Okay, we're in. We're gonna switch. There we go. And I guess we can just close this out for now. So it is Gambit versus Cloud9. And it is on. Sound.
If only you had pressure from short.
Have to stay going on right
Yeah,
now.
they're so potentially ruined here. They're not ready for it. They're lining up. Mezzi saves the day for one, but it's all disastrous. The Deagles find a double. Hobbit puts two in the grave. It's only Floppy. And to find three seems like too tall of a task.
Get the bomb and get on out. 40 seconds.
Yeah, doesn't need to stick around so much, but already finding one. They're going to double swing. No bullets. Axel there for the triple peak. He'll take an AK, but it's the round that's the most important part. I have to point fingers as well towards their opening gambit. Shiro, when short is smoked, he pushes up into the off angle. Nade from Nafany.
That was nice.
Oh,
Gambit
it's
is
just
up.
flawless. And it's so unlikely that Shiro's not going to hit one Deagle bullet.
Yeah, that was perfect, right? If you're going to facilitate a peek into an angle where you feel like
Freaking A, Cotton. Freaking A.
There's a smoke there, you know? You're taking damage. You may just assume that that's all that's coming. Yeah, great stuff, exploiting the tendencies of Cloud9.
Well, they need to bounce back here, Cloud9. They cannot allow Gambit to push them over this early. Nafany doing his best Alex version over towards A ramp with an MP9.
Oh, too bad we can't. I can't click.
Establish control like that, and Cloud9 don't drop the deep smoke. You can see what that does. So many players towards middle.
that should come easy. Alex so down low as well. Floppy fell.
Trades.
All right, what's going on here?
See that bait and switch setup again.
One is down for Terrace. One is down.
Just like overpass. Constantly moving, constantly hearing these sound cues, nades pulled. Nafany, yeah, he's actually winning.
4 versus 5, baby.
It's
Here we
gonna be
go.
a 4, so that's quite a nice upgrade from an MP9.
1 minute left in the round.
What are Cloud9 going to do here? Because they're currently strung out. Alex with B lobby control is nice, and A ramp control is even better. But Shiro is now looking to take a bit of territory back.
Nobody.
The fight's
This
coming
is
your
the
way.
pressure point, man. Oh my goodness.
Oh, they both line up for him. S-Attack has completely rocked the boat. 40 seconds, Cloud9 don't get flustered. Bombs on their back, and S-Attack goes looking. Loudly descending the ramp, they have B, but it's so short-lived. Now what do you do? It's just in a matter of seconds.
3 versus
From
2.
looking so
And the
promising
thing about
to
pros
once
is
again
anything
running
can
into the
happen.
stack. The line so strong. Axel's got the angle necessary. A hero deagle, but it's just not enough. And there's the recovery.
Not enough. Not enough.
It felt like S-Attack had helped to destabilize that round, but Alex trying to do a little bit too much there. You can see what he wants to do. He wants to cut off the rotations, right? But he's run all the way in. All the space that he did have
Alex
was
doing
given up,
too much.
taken back from Axial, and then simple as you like. But a good double there from S-Attack. They're keeping the economy honest, but they won't be able to do the same going into round 19, where they will need to take an eco. And we did come into this saying that Vertigo, extremely unlikely that Cloud9 pick it up, considering Gambit's win-loss. Run boost, Floppy. Absolutely dismantled midair. So
Damn.
he's still ready for every little trick in the book.
Yep, of course.
The
So
run boost looks good
Gambit.
when you land it, but at the same time, when you get killed midair before you've even landed,
He's doing well.
Okay.
And it's
that's
best of
kinda rough.
3, so they're on the second round right
I
now.
don't think he's got a
If I'm reading
perfect nade. He's not going to bend the
the
knee.
scores correctly.
But yeah, the run boost holding it. I think if anyone is the solo B player, maybe take a couple of look at Axel demos, because A, his quad bait on pistol round, super insightful, because you know there's probably not going to be utility to do their diligence clears. On top of that, checking for the boost spot
Oh,
when he
look at
knows
that.
they're
It
up
shows
against
their
eagles or
grenades and
something a bit
stuff.
more funny. You know, his
Too
hyper-awareness
cool.
of the
Too
economy
cool.
Takes the cheese out of it. Right?
influencing his decision making as to how he positions himself. But like, look at this. Look what Axel's holding. He just has to look at this for the first 10 seconds of the round. It's
Hello.
no sweat off his brow.
Yeah, the early molly means he doesn't have to focus.
Like,
Skeet shooting right there.
He
it's a
tried
completely
the
different game.
Yeah, I
the
think there's a
the
analogy
old
goes out
defy
there.
gravity
I think
trick.
it's called, like,
Oldest trick in the
Skeet
book.
something. Like, it's a crazy fun map.
What do? They basically fire terrorists into the air?
Yeah, so the CTs get to spawn in like a little hut with orcs, and the Ts, they have like knives, I think, and they get flung out of this thing, and then
Like
you
a
fly
cannon.
towards the CT, and if you knife him, you can win the round.
That's fun. Okay, so you have to pluck him out of the air.
Yeah, it's a bit of fun like this, so I don't think I haven't seen a community server with it up. Maybe we can get one going.
Actually, where are the Death Run servers at? I saw the...
They're there.
They are?
Yeah, you just have to search the deepest, darkest parts of that scroll thing.
I just need to
Community
find. I need to
tab.
find one with the auto hop feature, because it's a distinct disadvantage when you aren't a sick KZ star and everyone else is. Regardless, we are ready for our 20th round. Vertigo.
All right, here we go. Axel.
Not this time, Exile. Nafany fancies his chances with a bit of aggression. This spells trouble for Cloud9. For Zephyr,
Ooh.
he's alert. And he responds with a brutal first frag.
Here he goes.
But previously, these advantages have been short-lived for Cloud9, so they're going to have to prove to
See?
themselves as well as us.
They're all
they
huddled
can handle
together.
what the oh, guys,
That's something you don't see in
that
public
was
servers.
a perfect incendiary. He actually forces a smoke out of them. Axel's pushing B. Shiro deals with Mezzi. Catches one on the cross in. Intus provides as well. If S-Attack goes down, Hobbit has created space. And Alex
He's gonna
dreaming
plant
of
the
plan.
bomb.
Dreaming of it.
Let's do it.
Smoke to enable his
Cloud9
escape.
has just planted the bomb.
Flashes are high. Flank is on its way. Alex trying to slip the net. He's done so. Axel onto Floppy here. It's a clean frag, which means it's all onto Alex to clutch up. Here's where they are. Here's where both of them are. But oh, a shot onto Shiro. And Hope's starting to come together. Needs to disappear through the smoke just in the nick of time. He's gotten away. Alex can clutch up here.
Look, 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 look,
Lines
look,
up for the
look.
spray, trying to deny. There's no time left for Axel. A 1v3 from
Oh.
the leader. Even finds the headshot. An 8 is
Oh.
delivered for Cloud9. Make it 7, excuse me.
Much needed impact
My
right there.
God, let me see this one again. So they swing into the site. All the shots are hit. Inters, Shiro, both finding them on the initial swing. Hobbit even provides a second. It's Alex's clutch up. And this second shot changes it all. Baits it, going towards short, and Shiro missing his opening bullet.
Boom.
Lovely stuff. Alex has given Cloud9 a chance.
Yeah, that is very, very needed here for Cloud9. Look, everybody in this server goes down and around like that, so they will need to discuss their buys. Cloud9 take a timeout just to talk this one through, but we can run you through the scores on the doors there. 22 kills so far for Hobbit. We got 20 for Shiro on the other side. The top performer is 20 for Floppy. He's been having a bit of a
I
game.
still want to
14
listen
for
in.
Zephyr.
I still would like to
Alex with
listen
Smith right now. Maybe
to
he can start warming into things
their
as
communication
Gareth
end on their
Purchase
team.
on in with a full buy.
This is
Thanos,
Teams League,
M4,
anyway,
2D
by the
and
way.
P9, no defuse kit invested. Cloud9, their buy not great either. 2 AK-47s, 2 Galils, and an MP9 for Mezzi. Every round's going to be an uphill struggle for Cloud9.
We want all those cooperative details.
Setting himself up in a default spread. Floppy leading the charge through middle. There's a pack behind him. Esatag here with the bomb. And Alex ready to flash, so as they round the corner, the flash will pop. They'll be able to clear, but Hobbit, well, maybe this is the new Hobbit hole. We don't have Cobble anymore. He's tucked in towards the sandbag. Flashed off the line, will keep his head down. Hard angle to clear. Lots of players around middle. He's thrust forward.
Oh, Hobbit, why are you so scary? Threatening presence in middle. And that is one of the 2 rifles in play.
Dunk date on the head of Esatag. You're not going to be happy with that, are you?
Not at all.
He has to operate on 51 HP with that AK-47. Now they go back towards A.
Oh, these are the rounds Cloud9 have had issues with in the past.
The Cloud9 Classic, I think.
This is, yeah, this is the Cloud9 Classic. It's distinct advantage. Either don't use all the time you have or don't do your diligent clears.
He's jumping up.
Bang, bang.
There's the lack of diligent clear.
And Exile enables him first. That does force a very, very quick rotate, though. There's 3 CTs on the wrong side of the map.
They need to be quick on A.
It's a
right
6-point
And
game.
for some reason, I have a sneaking suspicion they're not going to be fast enough.
They can do
now.
it.
3 seconds.
Taking their time. CT's already starting to work it out. They're solving the riddle. Shiro's already up short. Nafany on the boost box passive. This is his chance, and Zephyr provides. Can't adjust in time. Nafany finds them both. And Cloud9's hopes and dreams now start.
I wonder what their sensitivity is at.
Floppy's fallen. It's all onto Mezzi.
Oh, you seen that Molotov?
And it looks as easy as that. Dink down, 3 to find. There's just no way, no hope. 14 for Gambit.
Huge by Nafany. What did he get there?
Just
2
good
kills and 2
good for the
assists.
double every time.
Put the crosshair in fire. Robs one back from Cloud9. 14 to 7. Money back in the bin. And this should be the game.
That should be the
There's not
game.
enough money for Cloud9 to invest in with anything threatening here. Might
That
just
should
one
be
of
the
these,
game.
Tech 9 or P250 fast rounds, but Nafany's highlights again. This one here on Esatag, that sealed the deal.
But if I'm
Zephyr
reading
has
it
to go for a trade.
correct,
The rest of the Cloud9 members a little bit too far away. Nafany getting the
there should
assist
be
there,
another
and even
round.
the one on the
It's
final
best of
kill
3.
from Mezzi. So great round from Nafany, and that, like I said, we could probably start changing her over to Dust 2. I know we have to wait for the official
Oh,
scoreline to
Dust
hit, but
2. I guess we're
such
sticking
a
around.
tall task. This isn't like Overpass, where it was a clean sheet from Cloud9, right? To come back into things. Once again, they get the pistol. Once again, they lose the force buy. Been on the receiving end of a bit of a shellacking here today. They have forced in all the pennies into the middle of the table. Pistols are out. Utilities there as well. How do they want to end this one? Quicker approach. We haven't seen too many just all-out rushes, scrimmy maneuvers.
Here they
so
go.
far. Feels like we won't be getting that again. Cloud9 will be taking this one slow, just the jump peaks, the shift
This
keys,
could be it.
the spread of the players. That's all the indication I need. And a bit of a flub nade there from Shiro.
Well, that's what I
Oh,
was just
look at
saying.
that!
Cloud9
Look at that
Cloud9
gun!
around.
That's the game.
Look at those
Alright, everybody,
guns.
16-14.
Yeah, thrown by the, just like the HE.
Literally
This
thrown.
round has been thrown. They're going to boost though, so don't know if Hobbit really is going to
Double
be.
naded.
Oh, that would be cool.
Might be a little bit too far to the left. Oh, he's run into it.
Oh, it
So
hit
much
him.
damage, only 78. So the idea was
Quarter
nice.
damage.
Just a PSA while we wait for these smokes to be spammed through. In middle, where they were on the girders, for everybody's playing at home, when you're on Vertigo, do not boost on the big fat box in front of you, because that's going to give you the CT the advantage, because your head peeks up and he just lops it off. Go on those back things, boost up there, you get the same line of sight, many different angles to pick from.
Yes,
Oh.
stack nades from Cloud9 have given them a way in. Hobbit and Shiro to be tested, and that is a perfectly timed incendiary. No swing from Crane from Esatag.
Double smokes are in. They're playing in front of them here.
Yeah, Hobbit can play spoiler from short. That's about it. He's burning. They'll hear that.
Oh,
Shiro's found a nice little
Hobbit is
field keep
taking
by
the
Seppa.
grenades this round.
Good gaming. Alex vulnerable. Does
Oh,
get Util down in
he
time.
got it
Seconds left to play
again.
around. Here's the flank, and it's already very impactful. Hobbit, look at his awareness. One of the best players in Gambit, and he provides. He nearly transfers into another. Finally silenced. They issue the gag order, but damage done because now his teammates are on the site. They got space. A great frag. Just one to find. Inter's over the smoke. And he's looking for both. He's already found a 1v1. He doesn't have a kit, though.
He's going to sit it.
He doesn't have a kit.
I think he's going to sit it.
Knocked him off. Chill your beans now. Floppy panicking.
Oh, no.
And a 10-second defuse.
He doesn't have a kit?
No kit, no
Oh.
hope. Okay, Cloud9.
That was so awkward.
it's a Cloud9 special. The round has to feel like you've lost, even when you win.
I can't believe that Inters attempted sticking that as well. He was on that for like 2 seconds
Yeah,
before
yeah.
he gets spammed. It was like, oh, okay, I guess we'll fight.
And like, you can't fault Floppy. It feels a bit silly with the hindsight, but what's happened there is he's had sound of connection in the smoke. He knows his bullets hit him. He starts hunting because he's convinced maybe it's a janky defuse. He goes down. Had there been a kit, that's a very awkward 15th conceded.
Awkward round altogether, isn't it?
It is. I mean, Hobbit's a genius, honestly. Like, you know, just because he's such a soft-spoken and kind soul doesn't mean he's any less of a beast when you see him in the server.
Okay, well, Cloud9 lost one of these buys 2 rounds ago. They get another crack at it. Gambit are being kind to them here.
Oh, Axile. Oh, Axile. That is murder. That is illegal.
Oh,
He
Axile.
just decides he's done with it. Not interested. I'm going to use my UMP to completely shatter your rifle buy. They're still trying to find him. He's long gone. Oh, disaster strikes for Cloud9.
He's even just taken the deagle here. He's done enough. Gives the UMP to somebody else.
Mission complete.
I've made my money. It's your turn now.
That's what every time your B player dies early, that's what he thought he was about to do.
Guys, trust me.
No, I've got the timing. I want to mantle
Jump
up.
up, and we're going to kill 3 of
3
them.
B stairs. I think they're pushing.
It's going to be perfect.
I think they're pushing. Yeah.
Guys, they're in B.
There's a smoke on B.
They're planning. They could be in C2.
Say who's who. Instead, we get to watch as a 2v5 shapes up.
Very unlikely.
Nah, they'll give it a good go. It's horrible. Absolutely horrible state of
Flanked,
affairs.
4
They're
players in front of them. 1
being
player
pushed by
behind them.
Axile. There they go. He'd need to find the hero transfer into 4 different players from 4 different angles. It's just not to be. But Axile single-handedly confirms the 15th for Gambit, and Cloud9 are in the doldrums of economic despair.
Yes. I ruled them out of the last round, and then they won it.
What floor are we on again?
The 52nd.
52nd floor, and Axile does put the pedal to the metal. For 3 big frags, make it a 4th to finish off the job as well. Puts himself on 20 and a wipe of his nose to celebrate the success. Armor, Tech9s, a couple of nades, Cloud9, last chance saloon. Dust 2 feels like a necessity here to separate these 2 teams. It's a great heroic performance from Cloud9 on overpass. Here on mid, they've gone for a double off-angle setup and found Floppy's hunt.
Just going to get whittled away here.
Oh,
So I don't think we can lead this game.
quickly. That's
They're
a
going to
big
take the
gift.
second
He's already
round,
managed to get away.
and it's
Shiro,
best
good
out of
moves from
3,
him.
and then they're going to go to
Great
Dust
moves,
2.
quick response. Like, they're never going to get caught out.
Oh my goodness.
He knows what the fallback option is, what plan B is, knows what plan
Oh,
C
they made space
is.
up short here.
Coming up short. One Way does deny Zeppa's contributions,
close.
but he's able to mantle up.
Oh!
A chance presented itself for Alex, but now all onto one man. Another Brit with a Tech9 and a 1 Way to stare at. No fun.
This would be some clutch. 54 seconds, bomb on his back. Worried about the flank here. Might slip away just before he gets peaked. This is all down to timing. 3, 2, 1. Oh, could have just been spotted. I think Axial did see him.
He's kind of trying to double back here, but Axile's too fast. There it is. Lovely stuff from Gambit. Another day in the office for the CIS squad. We'll have to separate Cloud9 and Gambit on Dust 2. Desk is up next, though. Janko Paunovic and Stunner after the break.
thinking, moving, touching, and, well, all of the other things, all of the other pieces that you need to compete.
Feels weird picking it up. The legacy of that shield is complicated, to say the least.
That shield should be destroyed. This world is ours. We're never gonna stop.
It's the closest thing I've got left to a family. I'm not gonna let anybody tell me I can't fight for it.
Now streaming only on Disney+.
8 years. The taste of success that followed led to the creation of the monster that we now know as the Movie Fragger.
Clip it, baby. This one is going viral. Top 3 Reddit easy. Zai Wu, Zai Hu, more like it. Check out this shit.
Oh, don't you worry, Movie Fragger. We are definitely watching. In fact, we'll just start on the appearance. We'll note that the cap is backwards, albeit he doesn't have a headset on, but don't let that sway you from the idea that this guy means business. But is it serious business?
Yeah, we can edit that out. It's all right.
Some general traits about the gameplay can be observed, such as the famous buy an op and then use the deagle. Take this example. Where an ordinary player may see this round win as a certainty, the Movie Fragger sees it as opportunity.
Can't blame me for that one, boys. It would have been sick, right?
You are dog shit.
Everything he does is for Reddit. Everything he does is for the comments, for the likes. It's all about the endorphins and everything that he gets from the moment he wakes up in the morning.
They come and beat. I'm going for the cold, boys. I'm going for the cold zero. Oof, that's close. Oof, that's really close. Oh, that's so close. I'm so close. Oh my god! Oh my god, that was incredible. Oh.
ESL Pro League Season 13. This time we're featuring both Gambit and Cloud9. This one's going all 3, baby. We've had our Overpass. We've just had our Vertigo. And now we will look forward with all our attention and all our might over to Dust 2. Yanko with me on the desk for Ready to Talk Counter. This one, what can you say about it?
I know what can you say, Trace. You know that saying, be careful what you wish for?
I do know that one, yeah.
Well, Henry wished for his team to win some pistol rounds.
And?
They won both of them.
And then?
They lost the second round both times.
Oh, now that is...
Careful what you wish for, Henry.
Look at that studio.
Because actually...
See, that's what we need. We need a studio like
But at
that.
this point, it's actually your worst
We need to get a
song
studio.
And lose the second round. Then if you just start losing 2-0, right, because of the way the economy works, the money bonus works. And I actually can't remember
Look at that.
if
That
I
is
ever
big
saw
business.
a game that wasn't like a 16-0 or 16-2 or something like that, where a team did not win 2 rounds in a row the whole game. That's what happened to Cloud9. Like they won 8
Might get
rounds,
some of that
they
Counter-Strike
didn't win
money.
consecutive rounds at all on Vertigo, which obviously meant that their economy was in shatters throughout the game. They had to go for a lot of half buys, mixed buys, force buys, right? While Gambit had the luxury of having all the utility, having better weapons as well. So once you take that into
What is that, a
account,
green
that's really all
screen?
you need to say for you to know why.
What is going on here?
So heavily Gambit's way.
But there is some kind of praise we can give to Cloud9 for kind of, waiting out in those pressured situations, those tense situations, because they found some that were close and probably had no business winning.
Yeah, there were a couple of, close rounds, a couple of clutches here and there, but it's just, the problem is, like the way it works with the economy is, if you have
Here's a little bit of
buy
hope
that's not
money.
optimal, right?
Hope you
kinda
get out there and do your
almost feel
thing.
pressured to really go for some sort of a risky
Greyhound don't
play,
float on
right?
water.
Like, you need to do something. Can't just play default because your opponents have the advantage just when you look at the freeze time. And also Gambit, especially in that first half, Nafany was having a great game. It felt like Alex, you know, was just dying a lot towards the A-bomb side on ramp, sometimes returning span through the smoke. Not really a great game for him. So a lot of factors contributed to that.
No, I think the saying you're looking for is doing something strange for a little piece of change, Yanko.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Gambit winning the first kill as well. Fight with 10 more, 17 to 7. So, you know, that it helps you a lot, and that's where their strong fundamental structure also comes in, right? Once you get that early advantage, knowing how to just, you know, suffocate your opponent, really, how to utilize that extra player in terms of map control, in terms of finishing the round in the easiest way possible for you.
Yeah, and for us, it's easy for us to just kind of push Vertigo aside now that we have just one.
We should, yeah.
That is a solid
It was an
setup.
ugly affair, especially if you're a Cloud9 fan, and just an ugly map. I hate Vertigo. Let's kick it out. Yeah.
Well, all right, yeah, but only,
That's the
Oh,
only thing that
Dust
matters.
2.
But we're going to Dust 2 trade.
only if we can bring in Ancient can we kick Vertigo out. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what
Dust
that
2.
map is. Dust 2, Cloud9 beat Navi convincingly yesterday, right?
Pistol
I'm
round.
going to be happy that this ended up being the decider, but you know, Gambit are no slouches on Dust either, so we'll have to just see. I think the main thing is, you know, it's good that we saw, I think a good talking point is Gambit did
How
manage
many
to reset
followers
that
do
to
we
that
need for
map,
a setup like
right?
that?
Huge lead, giving it away. Cloud9 might have they stabilized for Vertigo, which we didn't know if that
Got
was
at
gonna
least
happen.
40.
They stabilized for Vertigo,
gotta be.
and now we can go into Dust 2 with both
Almost
teams
there.
kind of, you know, just being level-headed
Right.
and just see who's going to outplay who.
So in terms of outplaying and maneuvering and firing and all of that, I'm looking for players on both sides, Yanko. We could talk about Shiro over on Gambit and sort of the impact that he brings to the table. And then we can look over on the other side for Cloud9. What does that spell exactly when we go into a third map?
Players to watch?
Yeah.
I will go with Aztag just because he's the opper, right? Like, see how he's going to not really square up, you know, match up against Shiro, but more so how much impact him individually is going to have on this map. I think it's obvious that he's putting a lot of work in, right? Trying to find new angles. These crouch peaks, right, have been like a cool little addition from him on some of the maps. So what else has he worked on in the meanwhile, right, to kind of increase his impact in the open role?
Yeah, that efficiency rating, that's kind of what you look at.
There you
know,
go.
yeah, you hope
There's
he's
the 5 on
most
5.
efficient. For us to
And
look
all
at
you
Dust
need
2
to
as the
do
decider,
is
Gambit
find your
probably didn't
5.
expect to find themselves in the situation, but they should have a level head about it. Hobbit's killing people today, so that's nice.
Yeah, you always like it, Hobbit running around, killing people. And, you know, as the veteran, it's not so much that he's getting
Find
killed,
your
but more
5
so, you know, leading by
and
example
join
in some of these
District
difficult
5.
situations, right? He's probably going to be the guy who's going to say, okay,
It's
I'm
got a
going
ring to
in,
it.
right?
Find your
Give me a
5.
flash,
Join
I'll
District
get
5.
the kill, right? And that's kind of how it has to happen until some of these other guys step it up a bit.
Yeah, speaking of other guys, that's exactly what we're going to be looking at here. With all 10 players still ready to go in the server knife round, we'll decide what side each of these teams start in over on Dust 2. The final
Did
map
he
of the
just say
series, and
knife
the one that you
round?
don't want to miss. Can Cloud9 do the unthinkable? We'll find out.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Feels weird. Picking it up. The legacy of that shield is complicated, to say the least.
That shield should be destroyed. This world is ours. We're never gonna stop.
It's the closest thing I've got left to a family.
I'm not gonna let anybody tell me I can't fight for it.
Now streaming only on Disney Plus.
Hello, Admi?
You know the Rumbos from London, for sure?
Yeah. You mean this one? Yeah. I thought you meant this one. We need to try this again.
What's that?
Bruh.
It's the strat.
I gotta kill him early.
Don't shoot back. He shot back.
Yeah, they do, dude.
I'm gonna play Pit like a god. Just make me out there inside. Where's the baiter? I got him. I heard him.
Okay, apparently it's too easy for Team Liquid. So Fallen will join the enemy bot team.
Alright, let's go, guys. Dude, he killed me in the air!
Yeah?
Dude, they're running up. They're not even doing the strat.
He's not even shooting at
The
you.
strat cancel.
They canceled the...
Here they come, here
Here
they come. Kobe! They call us Astralis. It's the lurker.
He took my kill.
You guys are so good with grenades, dude. I don't see that every day. Good job, guys.
Oh wow, look at that. We are in. We are in. Dust 2.
Malta. Intel.
Oh, it's on. It is on. Here we go. The new simple. Watch this.
positive signs for this series potentially going the other way, and we'll get the rosters up on screen for you. Maybe not too familiar with
Dust
the
2
players,
boys. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Audio, Rushley, please turned off. I would love it. Let's run through these Gambit players for us, though. So if you're not familiar with IEM Katowice, maybe you missed it. They all look really baby-faced. Everybody besides Hobbit probably doesn't stand out to you.
Yeah, well, I want to talk about Hobbit first. I mean, 46 frags so far in this series. He's averaging a 1.5 or 1.45 rating so far across these two maps. He's been their highest performer alongside Shiro, who one would expect to be performing. You can see the scores here on the doors. Outside of that for Cloud9, it's a bit of an underperformance from everyone aside from Floppy. The positive rating there from him. He had a lot of impact on their overpass win.
Yeah, this is the question though, right? With that Vertigo game being a 16-8 scoreline and the way that Yanko painted it, both teams are warmed up, but I think Gambit overall have looked better for, what, 3 of the 4 halves of Counter-Strike played. I think if we put it that way, it's quite easy for people to understand that it was just that one half on Overpass where Mezzy went huge. He was actually beasting them with a lot of opening kills there. So as we move into Dust 2, I do have a problem with the whole AWPing situation, if I'm going to be honest, right? You're going into a very AWP map with Esatag doing the primary AWPing against Shiro. So when you stack those two up against one another, we already have a couple of stylistic issues there, but it doesn't mean you can't call around it. It's just going to make your life a little bit more difficult.
You know, 2017 was
that is true.
Yeah, time's gone quite fast, isn't it?
Hobbit was ranked top 10. No,
snipers in this map
in the world in 2017.
Can make things difficult.
He went on Major in 2017. We saw
Cobble in 2017.
He had Cobble in 2017. You know, and I just wanted to kind of paint that picture just to remind you that now, you know, 4 years on, after, well, for example, group stage exits from Hobbit's Hellraisers in 2019, they did pick up the trophy and win IEM Katowice. Gambit have been on this grind for a while, and a combination of young rising stars who've been dedicated to this game, you know, Counter-Strike Global Offensive purists, combined with Hobbit, Mr. rank 11th in the world 2017.
I think one of the curious things with the Gambit roster overall is I remember we had an event, it was maybe in New York, maybe it was Chicago, I don't remember exactly which one it was, but it was like a side event still on the main stage. So it was before either the grand final or the semi-final day, but Gambit, as the Gambit youngsters, Rushley, please, please, Rush.
If you are the audio person, surely you have the headphones on, you can hear the sounds.
That's all right, Rush will hit up mute in game and then he'll save us all of that. We're getting underway with a knife here.
Here we go. Here we go.
We have 4 butterfly knives on the side of Gambit. That is unseen.
That's the style point.
That is definitely unseen amounts of butterfly knives. Now
this is crazy.
Guys, that's not the rules.
Why don't we do this in public?
You want open territory. We don't want any fighting in the doors.
No funny business
Open
there.
area for the knife fights.
Thank you very much.
Need the CCTV cameras to be able to focus in on all this action as now posturing towards pit. They're in. Gambit, they're tucked on the low ground. Cloud9 need to attack from the high ground. The Marauders with the knives, the CTs. Who will strike first? Imagine if they went for an hour. There could be the longest knife round in Counter-Strike.
The CIS approach. Here we go.
Wait, now the whole clock.
It's a cut.
Don't you ever come around
way, and they will get the choice of side. A slight advantage then before the bullets start to get fired.
All right, well, now with the knife round done and dusted, we get to pick the sides. I think that we should still do a knife round, right? Where we just have it on a completely different map and you put your tribute forward, right? So it's like one guy at a time.
I like that. Choose your champion.
Fight, you stay on, you see how many you can take down, right?
All right, the action has begun. Action has begun.
It should just be 1v1 aim maps. Winner stays on until...
With a revolver.
Yeah, revolver only.
Okay, so we're getting live now.
Oh, is that the snake? Oh.
Everybody, thank you for being patient with us. Technical issues have been resolved, and we're getting this one underway. Cloud9 will be starting on the CT side, Gambit on the T side. And the buy's coming on out here. P250 for Shiro, Nafany into the utility. Floppy with a nade and a kit. Be interested to see what they plan to do with that. That's a nade for Alex here. So some dunk nades. CT side Cloud9 have been operating with these nades quite proficiently. Esatag buys nothing. Oh, there you go. Kevlar out of spawn. I was about to start theory crafting that one.
Yeah, I can't blame you.
They're taking some pot shots through middle here.
Yeah, and they'll be able to get info, but they are running up on this Xbox smoke and tapped away at. Esatag does get 2 players down to 50.
So
those
pistol
are
round.
Successful bullets and not to be snuffed at.
What was it? All USPs and Glocks?
Alex, he's looked away.
Basically.
He's lost Zephyr as well. Needs
no
Nafany
deagles.
That's a good way to slow them down. He's hit a great shot. Pit no longer a threat, but from above is Axile. He's landed a good goosh. Alex and Esatag with 4 points of health between the 2 players left, and there is 2 from the T side. They can turn this around. This could be the 2v4. Floppy, a crucial headshot. They have the bomb. This is where things slow down.
They knew where Shiro was. He could be anywhere now. Coming fast up, Cat gets 2 fights. They're both ready.
Yeah, take the fight.
Here they come.
This should be setting themselves up for success. He's isolated Mezzy, and now a fair chance, a fair one-on-one. The bomb has to be planted. Shiro, here's the reload. He knows the repeat's coming. Floppy being played with. Shiro toying
He's
with
going
his
B.
He's opting for CT, and he's got 45 seconds. The bomb is
Oh,
up short.
or is that what he wants him to
now
think?
Floppy, unfortunately, he just has to fight. He won't be able to play the long game. But now peeking into Shiro. Gambit will steal it away. Another clutch for the hero of the hour. Gambit deliver.
It's felt like Shiro's been kept pretty quiet in these clutch situations. You know, ever since Katowice, where he had like that pop-off stat line, his clutches don't feel as plentiful. They still happen. So
Look at those comments.
To take on the third map.
Jeez.
Shiro with the P250. That's what it's designed to do. Gets it done.
Isolating all of those, like just his movement, isolating onto Mezzy.
There goes the ops.
Like
there goes the
trying to partner up, but no, he's not done. He is not done. He's cut them down to size. He even tags another.
They're gonna keep peeking him as well. How many more tags is this kid gonna get?
Oh lordy. Well, that's a big early disadvantage, and I can't believe I'm saying it. It's actually worse than it looks. They have long. Cloud9 have no info long, and if you want to take it, you're going to be peeking into rifles and scouts. Like, oh, this is not boding well.
No, it's a bit of a different start.
This is the least threatening second round force buy I've seen in some time.
Normally, you're walking around all the scout tags.
It's scary. Watch out!
Have a flash. Okay, 2 guys are dead. Territory's taken. Shiro killed a guy through the doors, and Cloud9 probably want to hold on.
3 versus 5.
So that one happened quick. They're in the site. The bomb will be going on down. Hobbit's still in T-spawn. There will be no flank coming in, and the pistols are even being scavenged right now. So this is a much better start from Gambit. Now, this was one of the games where if you are Cloud9, you are going to need to be a Gambit or a Furia if you want to go top 3 in this group. And not going to be any easy feat. They already lost to Na'Vi. So the biggest scout eludes them. Hobbit, he's actually locking the door over towards B right now. Axel's rotated over towards spawn. Shiro in CT. Nafany up through the lower tunnels.
And he's packing the scout.
Rowling and pinning Cloud9 down here. More utility being lobbed on out. Pressure applied. They want to take these guns away. How many bodies will they throw at this? Shiro with another flash. He's found one, and that's a shot and a half from Shiro.
Nice, Shiro. Take a chill pill, dog. Oh, and Nafany will hunt, and he's going to get them both. Nothing to be saved, nothing to be celebrated.
Gambit is taking the lead.
Cloud9 venture into the salt mines for round 2.
Okay, well, the rough start there. Cloud9 losing everything means the third should be a freebie. Gambit could make this one nice and quick if they like.
Spawn for Shiro on long. After the shots he's been hitting and the weapon he has, it'd be weird not to see him take something. He's actually looking towards mid. Maybe he'll just be doing his due diligence there instead.
He wants to stay away from the stack of the CTs, which currently are being boosted up towards shore. That is where Hobbit is heading. Hobbit, how many do you have for us, my friend? Molly's deep, 2 are ahead of it, maybe 3.
Slight element of surprise then onto Hobbit.
Oh,
He's not dead, though. Those USPs are being held at bay. Zeppa tries to force the issue, and the round's already over.
We can thank Cloud9 for making that one quick. 1:30 left on the clock when that one's finished on off.
They still had all their nades.
And now the gun rounds start. So this is the kind of pace we're looking for. Up next we have Furia versus Na'Vi, and I think Furia are going to do their best to keep that pace going. Don't miss that one. Middle of your Saturday. Floppy, secondary AWPing Dust 2 as well. Esatag with the primary. Zeppa with the long spawn. How will Cloud9 work to contain here? 2 defuse kits in the mix. Plenty of utility to work with. Bonus round from
This is it. This is for all the marbles.
Somebody take the scout out of Shiro's hand. The dude has not had to rebuy, and your T-side scoping presence is going to have lots of funds. It's the CT AWP that's filled the feed, though.
There it goes.
Floppy. Nice, a bit of a freebie, right? There was no conviction behind that. Just gets the kill, dips away, and sets it up with a lovely 4v5.
Definitely considering the CT smoke, and it would certainly put Mezzy on notice. He's got Esatag in support, does pull a player off A. Bomb's on its way. CT is smoked. And off they go. Mezzy spotted on the doors. They know where they are. And it was a chance for Floppy. Does pull the trigger onto Inters. Instantly traded, but as Mezzy finds the mid lurk, he does get a great deal of power to contain B.
It's hard to retake.
It is certainly. But with just the 2 of them, Shiro, Axile, now currently actively 1 ready. Shiro just going to be playing safe on bricks. This retake from Cloud9 has to be well executed.
Axel's going to push.
Thought about it. Flash is being caught now. Shiro trying to provide some support. Multiple frags to be found. Mezzy with 1, Mezzy with 2. That's the B defender putting a lot of frags on the board. 3 in total.
Damn.
Combined with
that was
there
crazy.
for the full set. So the B defense gets it done. Floppy gets his secondary orb saved by Zeppa, and Cloud9 get their first round on the board. Threatening stuff. We know how much these CIS teams have been loving the mid to B split, the B pressure with those executes. So Cloud9 will be tested time and time again over towards this bomb site. It's a great start there from Floppy. Even better from Mezzy here. Yeah. And I worried a lot, right? I really worried about them losing this whole retake situation because 2v4, look, it's not easy, but it was Axial and Shiro. So they dealt with the two biggest names.
Smile on the face of Mezzy. Good signs.
Four-man Aileen. Boost and short.
Shiro taking a look.
Ah, he's been watching the demo, Shiro. As they let the blue bin.
Just holding that cross instead of anything more active.
Yeah, we've watched it a bunch of times with Zeppa or Alex with good spawns push up there. So see if that plays into the game as we continue. Has a tag. Real chance for one here.
And if you're the lower dark on the
I mean, really, what is the best strategy
so vulnerable too.
when you're playing with snipers like these?
Perfect play from Cloud9. Those nades have found their
It's
target.
definitely involving a smoke grenade.
Ringing. 8 HP, and he's got a boatload of util he's going to be looking to drop without going down.
It's all unconfirmed damage. That is a little bit of a problem here. So many Molotovs and smokes. Yeah, look at all the smokes and Molotovs left from Gambit for this execute, though. We've got 4 players on Cat. Nafany will deal with late long.
I think in a perfect round, Terrorist would have to set the pace for this map.
Such a threat right now. Esatag yet to have an impactful round on the AWP. And CT setups, holding A. This is a good chance for him to demonstrate his value.
Because they'd have to plant the bomb.
Certainly are pushing forward. Flame bullets, one dropped. Esatag provides. Turns the flash. Good pressure. Him and Alex are keeping him away.
Another molly.
And just through the gap. Great spray control. Inters can open up the account. A double. Need that from Zeppa. Quickly found, but the bomb's gone down. That's in CT control now. This is a disaster for Gambit.
There's the bomb.
The CTs have
now all they gotta do is watch it.
Seconds. How are you supposed to retrieve it? Shiro's trying
and
to solve the mystery. Here he comes. Throw it up as best you can. Strong arms. It's Nafany that goes down, and Shiro can't save it now. Great play. Mezzy's read it like a book.
Shiro will even get away with a save here.
Oh, wow.
He's hanging around. Shiro, you brave boy. Gets to keep the AWP after time, but that is a great second round there from Cloud9.
That is a
if
nice
that
gun.
landed, that second one thrown to that bridge position, it didn't start burning.
I could have sworn I just seen a matching AK. I think that was his too.
Doing some financial damage. Keeping Cloud9 honest. This is the bridge kills from Inters, right? That molly you can see extinguished just behind him there. Did a lot with a very little there. Gambit just stood and fought, using the one-ways over the top of that smoke. Now there was issues.
That was a good round.
Stringing rounds together in consecutive fashion.
That was a good round, and it's a one-round game.
Of dust too. Timeout from Gambit to talk their options over. Have an AWP because it's saved. But all that early nade damage, I think that really helped. If you execute short like that and you get slowed down by Molotovs, it makes an already rough situation even rougher. Having to worry about your HP and not just the headshots. In the back of your mind, maybe make you over peak, but the guns are out. We're back underway. Shiro, he sees nothing cross. The smoke is very, very late.
Cloud9 leaning 3 long early. We talked about the tests for Mezzy and his B defense. This time, not going to be seeing too much of that early from Gambit. This is off the back of a timeout as well, so do consider this is Nafany putting a bit more consideration into how he wants to set up. He heard Alex's late rotate. Sahel elevated on that taxi for the long hold. There is a potential for Esatag here.
This is a really good line from Esatag to hold. It's a lot of info, and they're clearly playing retake A right now, so they're hoping for a mid to B split. Gambit can thread the needle if they just go for an A execute. It was close in the previous, maybe inspired to do the same here, but Esatag will rotate back on over. So we're in more of a standard setup right now, just without that swingman in CT spawn. So they have to dissuade them from taking A. You need to flush them through for a mid to B. And maybe they've done enough.
Potentially. Gambit will throw out their mid smokes. Inters might even full commit to try and sell this as best he can.
Well, it is a fake.
Towards A though. Esatag drops a great incendiary.
How's he got one?
Jewel, how does he get that so free? Esatag needs more, finds Hobbit, bombs on its way to A. Any repeak is going to be overwatched by Shiro's orb. Oh, Oh, he's so flashed, even hits jump, he could have been dead.
Long's coming now.
Zeppa provides. Zeppa won't find another. Axel Long, that's the threat. 2-on-2. Tag is under so much scrutiny. The flash too good. Mezzi, the B defender, coming up short with a degree of pace to him. And the bomb being planted safe from short. Opts for Long. Maybe Axel gets caught off here. When does he hit wall?
Where's the pretty girl? Come here.
Go back turn, timing.
Come here.
Oh, just in time for the first. Now, unfortunately, against an AWPer, he will be second-guessing this advance. He hasn't got time to faff around with this, though. So he's planted inside. Shearer's opted for short. He'll be able to take that shot. He gets across. I mean, if Shearer was to miss this shot, if Mezzi successfully baits it.
Oh, what a shot from Shiro. Absolutely denied. Okay, back down to Squalor. Go Cloud9. Money in the bin.
Oh, you're just watching some
It's gonna
Counter-Strike?
be a rough CT side for them, especially if the rounds go in this kind of a fashion.
Yeah, they're just looking through the various leaflets they got through the mail, hoping to paper cut them to death or something.
Well, this is the thing, right? Normally we talk about this and, oh, okay, yeah, they've lost the bomb site, saved 2 rifles. Oh, they lost B, saved 3 rifles. In this situation, 1-on-2, worth a crack. Mezzi makes the most of it, and that's where you really...
Oh.
Right.
Floppy POV, 10 HP B hold.
Yeah, no smoke, no hope.
Yeah, that's no fun for him, no doubt about it. And all
It's
Inters
so
has to do,
frustrating.
he does definitely seem to be given a lot of the
It's
fun
so
off to
frustrating.
Inters. He was
It's
selling
so
the mid B there,
frustrating.
commits into Floppy
It's so
now. He just
frustrating.
gets to finish off the job of Shiro. And early CT aggression is perhaps not being considered. I say that. Of course, Axel's in the perfect scenario for an easy freebie.
Someone just flash? Did they try and...
They weren't flash pushing. I think he was just jumping to check the corner.
I thought I saw a trajectory of a nade or something.
Well, maybe.
I'm a bit perplexed in that whole situation, but regardless, just these pistols, not a big deal. Oh, that's clean from Inters, isn't it? 1 and 2.
Satisfying.
One more to find. Tag gets a kill. Nafni falls. Tries a bit of a sketchy spray.
Where were you when Tag pulled off
1v5?
the 1v5 USB round? Jumps down for another.
Oh, no.
Rose, Long is a possibility. And
Oh,
Axel will end that
no.
dream before
Oh,
it gets just a
no.
little too realistic.
It's so
Gambit 5
frustrating.
though, and that's his
It's
T-side
so
up to
frustrating.
third map of the
It's so
series. With time to see if there's going to be a gun round response from Cloud9. So diligent with a lot of the calls so far out of Gambit, faking something, always making sure those CTs second guess what the assumption is that's made by Cloud9. We're off.
Oh, you're the
2-0
co-anchor.
Suicide.
Oh, you're the
Shiro looking
co-anchor for
to,
Teams League.
Once again,
District
inflict pain and
5.
suffering on the B defenders through the cross. No one there.
So quick on this mid to B. Look how much territory Nafni's going to have.
Oh dear.
Smoke and go. They can explode on this.
They really can. The bomb's coming through T-spawn. It's only going to be Mezzi and Floppy. How do you support them? How do you stop this? It's so fast. Nafni shuts down Mezzi. The double peek. A good chance. Floppy squanders. Should be safe, especially now they've lost Zeppa. Alex gets A-frag. They know Axel's top mid, but the bomb's into B. If Alex can play spoiler, I mean, it seems like he wants to contest this. Oh dear.
Oh, it's doable now.
Yeah, but Alex can actually completely ruin it. Does he check it? It's Inters! 1-on-1 now. Tag, they know where he was. And there's so much time. A surprise from Tunnels. Inters is not considering it just yet a fake. Tag crawls in. It's a safe plan from Tunnels. Inters will be pre-aiming it on the way back. Info.
They're down 3. They're down 3.
Chances into the elbow. Finishes off Alex's initial work. Cloud9 down to the wire, but this time it comes up blue.
All looks so good, didn't it?
Now
think
down
the fact
2.
that they get out mid to B, they use the CT smoke against them, almost enough to get them that round. But the smoke on doors to delay the mid to B, just how jarring they made it. And then wherever Tag found that kill, not quite sure where he had that kill the one before going for the retake, really enabled it. Because Alex, as soon as that bomb's going down, gets a chance to isolate a one-on-one fight. Here it is. So Axel just took down Zappa, and then Tag traded out that. Alex gets a chance to isolate a one-on-one, goes for the planter, denies that 40-second starting, and puts all the pressure on Inters.
I will say as well, if Alex didn't connect, as he, you know, you say 1.5, that half enabled that shot could have very easily been a wing clip. Could have been Inters aware of the position, time now on his side. It could have been such a different scenario. Gambit tested though.
Second time out within the first 8 rounds of play here, so they're looking a bit stressed over there. Nafni with a lot to say. Because they've had advantages in a lot of these situations. The calling has been on point. They will be buying in, can make this one work. problems there. Cloud9 need to start stringing together a couple of rounds, build a bit of a bank here. You can see they're operating with very little residual cash. It's
Yeah,
just floppy.
Can't afford to let this one slip.
So with the Edward Long has a chance, stands in the molly. No repeat coming on in, so he's burnt on down to 52. Now know that there is an AWP on the board on the other side. Actually going for a retake of short here with 3
There's an
rifles,
AWP
so
on
this will
each
help the fight
side.
against the mid to be or deny short control.
See, that's a nice balance.
Flash.
It's good when there's one sniper on each team.
Mid at 125. No rush this round. Very slow stuff from them.
I feel like it might be the impatience or their hunger to find a kill. If it's not as as ironed out as the way Gambit have been finding that mid-round aggression, it always feels like it's more accounted for, it's more prepared.
They don't want to be executed on here, so Cloud9 are really desperately looking to get a kill. And
Yeah, here we go.
Apple car.
Nafany's anti-flash though, so actually, if anything, it's Alex that's lost his vision. Oh no, this feels bad. Alex agrees. He's just going to get the hell out of dodge after that one. Not willing to contest. And they are going to be taking long now. Zemba, as that smoke fades, he'll be dropping the incendiary.
Bomb looks like it's going to A.
Knocked down to 38.
They're at the
knocked
double
off his
doors.
perch. They take long. No resistance whatsoever. This spells
Oh.
And now double kill for Axel's on the cards. He's got them both.
This is not looking good.
This is a slight chance.
Damn.
It's not enough. Mezzi would need another. Upgrade for the bomb to be planted. Floppy from the same position. No elements of
Well,
surprise here.
I'm not really
Flashbangs, not to be.
opposed to
Looks
one
like the call has been
team
made.
to the
Save
next,
what you
but
can.
like I said,
Back on the board.
I have a thing for the underdog,
Cloud9 need to be working with something in
and
the
I
next
love a
round.
good game.
Otherwise, it would only be the, what was it, 1900 loss bonus. So they're still at the bottom of the barrel. It's really difficult for them to get anything established here with this flow of rounds and how many players are staying alive at the end of the ones they do win. I get what Cloud9 were going for there. Like, it was pretty clear that they want to make sure they don't get executed on short. That's why they were putting so many resources. They used 2 flashes, a couple Molotovs.
Smoke, incendiary.
Yeah, they've really wanted to
They're
deny
gonna
it.
let it go.
Yeah, but come out on top. 6 for them now.
I do think Axile, a bit of an unsung hero as well for Gambit. So far in this series, his T-side impact frags. I mean, this one, of course, was by virtue of a miss, but he's very, very aware of what he can contribute, gets the most out of his life more often than not.
All right.
And 12 frags,
So-
yeah, that's indicative of a good success so far.
Especially Dust 2.
Well, Cloud9, they do
Terrace
reach
has to
behind the back of the
dictate
sofa
the
and pull out
direction.
some scouts, MP9s, Deagle, and the double M4.
More so when there's snipers out.
That's why you save. Let's see if they can make it count.
Just one.
This really,
They're all going, no?
really could hurt.
This is that catwalk.
They're charging towards A.
They're going to catwalk.
You need info on long, and Nafany's gonna take so much. The
Oh,
info, he's found
oh,
one
what just
share.
happened
Exile
there?
provides as well. And the two B defenders, the two save.
They're gonna plant
Are
at
now
A.
doing it again. 70 rounds is a pretty damn good haul.
Damn.
When you have that call
2
as
versus
standards,
5.
He's like, yeah, all right, throw the long nades. I'll go out. I'll keep it busy. He gets 2 kills right there. He glued 2 of the
Oh,
players
they're
to
gonna
that long
stretch the
position
league to 4.
1-3. Just team up Cat and Cloud9 without any AWPs, just that scout to operate with. They can't offer any resistance.
It's very Dust 2, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's one of the things. If you can use those type of spawns and you can get that space, you can do it on momentum and pacing alone. It doesn't work like that on a lot of maps. Floppy gets 1, denied it immediately, and that's a rifle on the deck. Cloud9. Oh, it is going to be a long eco.
Ian Shearer's just staring at this as well, like.
They're at
I know
T-spawn.
exactly where I am. If I'm Mezzi, I am.
Oh,
sketched
into the
out.
tunnels.
I'm now vulnerable to a potential AWP. If I walk through the smoke, I've got Intus to deal with, and
Peekaboo.
not a single penny to be saved.
This might become the next step in the meta of Counter-Strike, right? Because we know so many teams save on the CT side. We know that Ts are getting into bomb sites, keeping like 4 players alive after they trade efficiently. The next thing might come, how efficiently can we start to chase, right? Like, because you need to have a lot of communication. This is clear, they can't be here, they couldn't have pipped the gap. That's really important when chasing because you don't want to get somebody coming through and going for a 1v1 and defusing.
yeah.
Exactly, right? So maybe the next thing, because Gambit have shown in this game already, they want to chase and take rifles away. They did it against an anti-eco or a 4-spy, and they did it here against a rifle round. So if they continue to do that and strip guns from Cloud9, ooh, run into
so
B.
late. The nades are so late.
Nafany, the entry fragger.
It's the USP. Go on, Floppy. Oh, wow. Actually, some Cloud9 frags are happening. And Attack's provided another. It's only Shiro. Cocking his weapon. He knows where Floppy is. A dink.
Oh.
A double dink.
Sorry.
Cloud9 have turned an anti-eco on its head. What?
There was a kill mid. I could see that one on the radar, but that all happened at once. That was just stereo kills all across the map.
Yeah, I'd take a timeout too. The third timeout taken.
It just lost fights like that. That's all that comes down to.
Timeout.
If any of the duels look like Shiro's AK spam at the tail end there, that explains what just happened.
But that's unforeseen. I mean, I haven't seen Gambit concede a round like that this series.
No, that is very, very odd. And they're going to take their third timeout here.
Oh.
So even though the scoreline is in their favor, I think that things are going wrong in the camp right now.
Dude, especially considering what that's given Cloud9. Like, you've now got
Here we go.
an extra round. This is the duel.
Oh, okay, immediately. So where was Alex during all of that mess? Was he pushing long? Was he mid-doors?
Floppy lands a double dink on this failed spray. Doof. Dynamic.
Because Nafany got the opening kill, then he was traded. Look at the smile on Zeppa's face.
Well, if there's one round Cloud9 can win, it's the eco rounds.
Cheeky one.
We've learned that many times.
Yeah, sometimes all you can do is just spray that thing.
The advantage, though, or at least the weapons. Let's see. Hobbit's out long. Previously, Nafany caused so much death and destruction and despair. Spots him. Nade. He's going to be so low. 29 HP. He should be dead, Chad, but they're going to B. And Floppy are pushing. They've both pushed B.
Alex!
Oh, and he doesn't even win the duel. It's traded at least, but the bomb.
Oh,
the bomb has been spotted. This is a chaotic round. They're going to get flanked if they're not careful. And from behind, Axile finds the impact. What is going on?
They went A-long.
Oh, the pace again, right? Throw all those nades at long, force Cloud9 to focus on in, find a
They're going to plan it B. Oh,
as
man.
the B defenders,
It's grim.
For a moment, there was like a 5-second window where you're like, the round's done, lads.
It's grim.
T-spawn.
It's grim.
Then we could be, could they? Oh, yes they can. Yes they can. Straight up mid. Barely releasing W from the spawn, from the release.
None at all. Right there, no hesitation.
See, the thing is,
out from Gambit.
ES Tag
Well, they've been able to convert
only
these
has
rounds.
250
It
bucks.
seems easily, right? It's just a couple kills.
And he just bought his op. He doesn't want to lose
Like,
that.
okay, well, they have to save. This time they're not hunting.
Is it
This time
worth
they're gonna be holding on to their
keeping
guns.
it?
And Gambit are going to get their 8, so they've won the half here. It's just a question of how much more punishment they can put down on Cloud9.
Look at the T squad. They're gonna go hunt. No.
I'm not sure what
Nope.
you
They're gonna
meant to
camp
do with Cloud9
tunnels.
in that situation, right? Because you focus long, you even lose an opening kill there.
Yeah. What can you do? What can you do? All you can do is invest in the next rounds.
You know, they can see it, they're not out. Alex is just going to try and get that freebie of a kill. Hobbit steals
Oh,
away.
that play
Eventually
was
traded, but
what?
Meanwhile, this is a minute 27 on the clock, and Axile is on the platform in B.
Yeah, they've got role reversal there.
They didn't let go of W. That was so quick. And this is some of the things, right? When you're versing an AWP on the other side that you aren't scared of picking mid, then you're just going to run it. You're just going to run that gauntlet. What are you afraid of? No AWP is going to pick you. Why the hell not?
Alright, so they got the Molotov out. They're gonna try to slow the pace.
We made it.
Looks like they retreated.
Sun plans to be out next week. Hope you get your vitamin D. I will. Now, Cloud9 in pursuit of just a couple more rounds. 3 more to be played. First half of our third. And we aren't going to be seeing any more Gambit pace, at least not off the break. Anyone that challenges dares challenge Shiro's AWP, who's been trained on it for some time. Very standard stuff so far. You can see this is all part of the Gambit playbook. Hobbit taking space short.
Short execute.
Two snipers on CT.
You saw the one way before with the smoke on top of Elevator. They did win the round Cloud9. But I think that Gambit are very threatening in a position like this. The utility, it's okay to defend against. And they could easily fake out C9 with this one. Just Nafany all alone, dropping spawn.
Straight down CT.
Rotations.
What a move.
The smoke, it will probably funnel them in just a little bit. Eats the flash. Alex is gone, but Floppy and Mezzy standing strong. It's a no-scope. He's so vulnerable. Need a trade from Mezzy. Can't find it, and there goes the round. There goes their hopes.
They have to save. I know they want to go for this. I know they want to look in, but there's still so many more rounds to think about in this first half. They're chasing.
It's so good. Good find.
Oh no, he's gonna plant.
But like, can we just recap? Can I hear it in Chad's articulation?
Damn.
They just hit Cloud9 with, because that felt so isolating for the B players.
Well, we've already seen them go for that AXQ before, right? So when they go for that same set piece, they're going to keep those feet planted on A, trying to hide from the Molotovs and the flashes, and as they drop on down, if Nafny takes contact, then you have players swing out mid doors, you isolate the CT rotate player, you get a kill. If you find nobody, you know that there's 3 players playing over towards A. They have to rotate in through spawn. That is the quickest point to get over towards B. And that means the B defenders, as soon as they know that's a possibility, are on an island. You're both on the site. You're completely isolated. You need to defend against upper tunnels and the Marauders running at middle, up the hill, charging towards your position. They don't even have to worry about spawn, right? So they're not even worried about getting spammed in the back. That's normally the biggest issue for a mid to B. And here they just pull it off with ease. Get themselves 9. And this is it. Nafny just can defend this position. Alex is running through grey screen.
Yeah.
What is he meant to do?
And you can see how, like, the way they position themselves. Floppy had no info on that. Like, he in his mind, there was no one else. Of course, Hobbit lurks on the smoke. He has to turn his attention into the site. And Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, Gambit have 9. CT rounds again. You saw this victim. Same one on Cloud9 on Vertigo. Just spotty CT rounds. Never get a chance to get the ball rolling. The snowball never becomes an avalanche. It is just, well, a ball of water.
Good team play right now from Gambit. You saw the scores on the doors there. Most of the players with 60 ADR plus. I think it was like 70 ADR plus on most of them. So getting it done. They've taken so many timeouts considering they've only lost 4 rounds, right? It's wild that Gambit have taken 3 timeouts in this first half and are only down 4. Well, they're not even down 4. The scoreline 9-4. And Nafny's still with his bloody hand on his forehead, stressed out. I want to get this one closed. I want to get this one done.
Shiro hasn't tagged anyone. I'm not going to speak too soon.
Ooh, they're trying to go for a risky maneuver here. You have to be careful.
Flash, and they smoke the doors on their hinge. Hobbit can put the mantle up. They're going long pincer. Zephyr to be tested, and it's had a very quiet game so far.
ADR, yeah. The smoke's not going to do anything.
Oh, and Axel's ready for the elevated position. Nonsense. Zephyr learning some harsh lessons here on European soil. They want to retake short. The molly's good. That will force Hobbit out, and that's a free frag. 4v4. They swing up. Floppy provides.
3 vs 3.
More. They haven't crossed. He has that info with conviction. 60 seconds, make it 70 on the clock. And they are fully committed to long. They got Mezzi as the catch-all for the B rotate. He'll be tucked in there, and so it will just be a 2-on-3 for this A take. To cut noise, Nafny might try and sell something funky with all of his util still on his back.
Even just walking up Cat is a massive problem. It's going to turn Esatag, and if he doesn't turn, he's about to get destroyed.
Oh, the timing could not have been worse. Oh, and Nafny takes them both off because they were so focused on the potential.
Ooh.
It's a good shot from Mezzi.
Still have to plant the bomb.
Yeah, but the bomb's across, and that's the issue. He was hoping and praying he'd see the bomb try and get thrown across or something of that ilk. Instead, he's smoked off.
He's going to go for it.
Disaster has struck again. For
He's
Cloud9.
going for it.
I think he may as well give it a crack.
Give it a crack.
Saying save for the last couple.
Give it a crack.
Yeah, I mean, unless you could
looking, there's a key
do
in
it.
front of him.
Oh, maybe should have kept the smile.
There we go. AK-47 tempting as well.
Oh.
I think that's too tempting of an option. So he'll be bringing that in for last. They do have nothing in reserve.
Too tempting.
Bonus is not unlocked.
Well, 10-4. I don't know. It's so hard to call this, right? Because map 1, we saw what happens after a blowout first half. Map 2, with the blowout first half, we held our breath and almost passed out. Now, map 3, another great first half here from Gambit. How can they continue this momentum? I'm sure they've been rattled and woken up after the overpass loss. Huge shot there from Nafny onto the second.
They're nuts.
You're not going to be happy with that one there. So here we go. The buy is out. Scout again for Esatag. A couple of Famouses in the mix. MP9. Double Orbs. May as well splash the cash. Nafny posts Shiro to pick. Shiro doesn't hit the shot. Chasing their tail on the CT side. Just the pace changes from Gambit. They can be threatening everywhere. Long, short, fast mid to Bs, B splits, whatever. They've done it. Cloud9 have no idea what's going to get thrown their way, and Gambit just put the brakes on for this final round of play, waiting to see if there is any aggression across the map. They're even flashing themselves back into bedroom. taking any risks here. Tag a second too short on that shot. Smoke goes up. Short control will be taken. Hubbard clean and easy. Alex is going to push through this. Smoke drops. He's actually going to go through it into Inters.
And that's a crucial frag to have found.
Damn.
Wins out the element of surprise and now channels them into the A site. Yes, attack. Only the scout, but it is the tag.
He got him.
Anthony, however, once again with impact.
But the scout, if it's not a headshot, he takes 2 shots.
Bomb on Shiro's back to plan.
Oh, Nafany.
Yeah, he's found another.
Feeling himself.
Just elevates at the perfect time, catches Alex up the ramp, and Seppers is next.
Oh.
What a shot from Nafany.
Give him the ace.
Give him the ace. He'll
No
take it by
way.
force. He's looking for Mezzi. Element of surprise though as he drops in. Can't adjust in time. Gambit, steal an 11th. Nafany is nuts. And Gambit are just 5 rounds away from picking up the first against Cloud9.
For Kana and Breakthrough,
Feels weird. Picking it up. The legacy of that shield is complicated, to say the least.
That shield should be destroyed. This world is ours. You're never gonna stop.
It's the closest thing I've got left to a family.
I'm not gonna let anybody tell me I can't fight for it.
Now streaming only on Disney Plus.
Gambit versus Cloud9. To separate them requires the final half of our final map. Dust 2 to play it out. Pretty competitive first half, all things considered. However, Gambit pulling across the line. Multi-kills coming out of their ears. T-side for Cloud9, definitely up against it now. I'm Machine, I've got Sponge with me.
I think we might see some aggression here. 5 sets of Kevlar out of Gambit. Might want to take a couple of fights early if that's their game plan. Well, there's a fight. S-Attack's already been partially gooshed. 1x bet odds at the top of your screen. Flip back in Gambit's favor. 2 smokes, bunch of flashes. Few options here for Cloud9, but the fact they don't have long control means it can't just be that set piece. Look who's tucked in towards the back of pit. Axial all the way mid to B with these type of smokes is always possible. Late Xbox, there's still a lot of options. They are just waiting for some CT-sided aggression. I thought we were going to get it too. Swinging out mid-late, Shiro spots a couple. How do you push it back?
Yeah, they have to take fights eventually. He does opt for a fresh clip, and they are up mid now. Shiro's got multiple targets, and he spots the bomb, top mid. So 3 CTs A, 2 to B. Full control of short, and yet to throw their nades.
Here comes the smokes. Alex is lining up something. It's fake. Fox can try and go mid to A.
CTs aren't buying. CTs aren't buying at all. They're all in the right
Get
place.
comfortable.
The flash does
Let's
actually
get comfortable.
No chance for Hobbit. Does just as his vision's restored. Blow the head off of Zephyr.
Oh.
And there's 2 CTs for Floppy to contend with on long.
I'm gonna have to head out of here pretty
So
soon.
tucked into CT. Their after-plan positions are so good. Hobbit. That's info. And Floppy's ready. Big find from him. Shiro keeps it competitive though. And Floppy just staying alive is
Need
crucial. He knows
input.
Exile's now busy.
Not planted for Floppy at all.
Exile, the only man left.
Oh.
Well, he's very disconnected. Doesn't really have the time for this one either. So Cloud9 do seem to have pulled this one across the line. Just like that.
Interesting how they strung out so many fights there, and you could even see the set piece from Cloud9. It all was predicated on getting that cat control, making sure they could set those flashes up onto the site, bouncing over the lip to make sure that the players mid-long were blind. And that was great. Axial will hold on to his Kevlar. I've seen him buy into a Famous on a couple of these force buys we've seen over the last few days. Let's see if he does that again. Because, of course, Gambit with the 11 in the first half, happy to purchase in. Axial onto a Scout. Now, you didn't think the one from Cloud9 in the first half was too deadly. Let's see if Gambit can make it feel any more threatening.
It felt very flat. Let's see if they can make the second round hurt and feel as threatening as we try and big it up to be here in the cast. Exile's given a chance to try and find Esatag.
Look at those 2.
Mid-door scout.
Just pestering here, isn't he? Flash over. They're coming through lower tunnels. He's got players on short to deal with that, though.
He had players on short. They've abandoned him. Shiro's, in fact, joined him.
Ooh.
Trying to spring their trap.
It's got a deagle. Uh-oh.
He's pushed up to close to the door. It's baited in by Exile. B is a vulnerability. Smoke lands from
We've got about a minute left, and still all 5 players of each team remain.
Swing. No one home. Nafany trying to hit shots, and not even trying, doing another opportunity. Mezzi just about has his vision
There
restored.
goes the slaughter.
Lands a quick tag and unable to finish the job.
Zephyr needs to be careful here. There's still
3 to
one
4.
He's very wide on A ramp right now.
And they plan it at A.
Stuck in the middle of the site here, Cloud9. Not good
Very
post
awkward.
plants.
Very awkward after plant for them. Especially now that the pressure from long is very real. It's only a deagle though. Need him. Need that frag. Hobbit lives to tell the tale. Zephyr has to take some initiative here. Finds the frag. Now punted down.
Go,
Shiro
go,
can't
go,
hit the
go,
shot
go,
necessary.
go.
Does half Zephyr's health. It's Exile. Can finish off the job. Deagle's
Oh,
got weapons
no.
for it, but Cloud9 have done enough.
Well, they walk away with that one. You can see just how sketchy it can look. That was all the initiative of Alex. They just decided to stop blitzing
they
out
did.
Cat. Took a lot of room early. And the Cloud9 comeback. It could start. Only one Deagle
It
carried
could
across.
start.
Gambit will have to take light
Because
pistol
Terrace,
grade
they...
here at best.
Did I mention this stream?
Nice shot here
Or
to
last
slow
stream?
them down.
Terrace have the advantage.
You're right, Zephyr's initiative. He's had a very rough first half. Gets activated here in the second half. Doesn't matter.
Here's a good one for you, Chad.
Is it a joke?
Well, it's a bite-sized perspective.
Especially on this map.
Continually looking for the meaning of life is like looking for the meaning of toast. Sometimes it's better just to eat the toast.
Yeah, I like toast.
I like Marmite on toast. Really have had that taken out of my diet recently.
I got you a
Butter
toast once,
toast!
I left it in the hotel.
So if someone in the hotel has it,
Yeah.
maybe it's still in the room.
Complimentary toaster.
Maybe it's still in the same room.
It could be. are going to be looking for info early, and yeah, a little bit more lackadaisical with that mag.
Need input.
On the fly, smoke and molly from Alex. It doesn't look perfect.
He's just trying to bait a reaction there with that set of A's, isn't he? Huge gap. They just want to fight.
Nafny's actually in his smoke, so imagine if that didn't go well. There we are.
Boy.
Lovely jubbly. Inter's powerful position just as he wants to check the close side. Gets two to the belt buckle.
Have to deal with it, though.
A problem.
Okay.
Panic over. Cloud9 have handled business.
Because terrorists, right off the bat, get the advantage of being able to apply pressure to them
He's got more kills in the last
before
2
the
rounds
round
than
even
the entire
starts.
First half. So Zepp is here to play. He was lagging behind by leaps and bounds. Now he's caught up to his teammates. So activated indeed. And Zappa on the T side with that AK-47 in hand can be a bit of a monster. Will need his entry prowess here today. AWP out versus the scout of Esatag. It's a 4-man long lean. They're just going to pick. He's actually going all the way out.
He lost his vision. Nafny's flash just a little too much suppression for him to find the bullets. And we're off.
It was a good look, though. It was a good thought.
Floppy.
That was a good thought.
Indeed, and the flash was right in front of his face as well. Just a little bumpy in execution there. A little too much rough, not enough smooth. They've lost a man they didn't need to. Could say that twice. Zeppa losing his duel on long. Now Cloud9's hopes and dreams mantle onto 3 of them.
It's a bit of a bonus situation, right? There's still these Galils and the Scout. They'll be able to buy next round. So name of the game for Cloud9 here is see if you can get that bomb down and keep it costly. A kill or 2, that's going to be great. They can still make this one difficult for Gambit. Smoke on out towards Bridge. Elevator smoke as well will force Shiro back, and you can see he doesn't want to look into that whatsoever. Passive line he's been forced onto. Still finds one. Shiro's great.
Always good for one. Pop flash, so brutal. Mezzi, yeah, too many targets, too little time. Gambit 12 on the defense. Now, as you said, it was a bonus, but the fact that the CTs don't have to reinvest into anything, Chad, does definitely have a foreboding feeling about it.
Yeah, so let's take a look at what Cloud9 could do with their buy here, because Nafny, as he's come around the corner, second flash lands. Good enough there. So we can get the buy out. There can be the AWP for Esatag. AKs for the rest of them. They've really made this one work, Cloud9. Penny pinching over there. Esatag's looking for a long pick. Flash is good. They're already crossed towards pit. The molly's just missed, but he hasn't seen that. So the info is 2 mollies long. Operating with that, Alex doesn't try and spur them forward like in the previous. Just going to really put the brakes on this time round. Zeppa through lower dark. Floppy's heading back over. The bomb as well on the back of Esatag. Still players lumping down nades in towards the long bedroom.
Yeah, and they've actually just swapped Inters out. He was all the way at long throwing his incendiary. Now he's over here on B. So they're happy to have the double rifle B hold. Zeppa trying to make this feel like short's been lost. And
so counter-terrorists, they have a strategy to them.
3 bodies just around the corner.
3 went A, 2 went B.
Use another flash to push it back.
Catwalk, there's a standoff in Catwalk.
I hate late long. Late long for T's, it's always a death trap.
Yeah, especially with a complete...
And both double doors.
Think better of it.
Action is about to pop off right now.
Need to find a way in.
Oh.
And a flash onto Shiro seems to be the...
They're going to go Catwalk.
Alex holding it.
There goes
He
the...
knows, though. He's not even going to give him a chance.
He's backing off.
30 seconds
Flash
now.
slows the setup. They got 3 on A. They're in the right place, and Shiro ready to play. This is what he waits for. This is what he wakes up for. 8 takes, 20 seconds. All I have to do is deny. And
They've got set mollies behind this Cloud9.
We've seen this
Backup has arrived. They're going at A.
Seconds, lads.
Time for this.
They know.
Esatag's got the bomb. 10.
But they're holding B. Oh, no. Here they come. Here they come.
Someone plant just in time.
Need backup. Go, go, go. There he goes. There he goes.
Exasperated now for the retake. Floppy has to win this duel now, but he's so good despite the level change. He confirms it. Man, disadvantage now for Cloud9 trying to rock the boat.
2-3, 2-3 in A. Done.
Just like that, the round falls apart. Gosh. Chad, you got a couple of words to summarize what we just witnessed?
You only get away with that execute once. I think once you've used a play like that before, and especially if you try and rock it that late within a round, it's hard to pay off, right?
It loses a lot of its pizzazz, dude, when you've got 10 seconds, I know you're committing A, and I can sit Goose to deny the plan.
Yeah, we have seen that before out of Cloud9, right? And it has worked. It's a good execute. It's one of these pocket strats that we talk about. But if the other team has pushed you down to those final few seconds and you have to run it, it just looks desperate, right? You want to run it with enough time to be able to pull it off and stick the landing and go, ta-da, look how beautiful this is. You have to think we're going to do it again. Now that it doesn't work, well, that's one of Cloud9's weapons being taken away. We'll just be back down to these pistols, and Gambit are looking good to close this one out quickly.
Oh, lordy. Yeah.
Oh boy, what is going on here?
For these Deagles.
Oh, they're dropping like flies.
All a favor for a quick one, it seems. Not going to be looking to waste any time. It's over
Timeout, timeout.
Before it even begins. And they recover all their nades as well. So very little cash pulled out in that eco.
See this right here? This is the nightmare. There's only one player with the long spawn, right? When you're on this map, you want to have, you know, at least a few of your players with a decent-ish long spawn close enough to open that avenue. Right now, Alex can't even call that. He can say, yeah, let's go long. Can you guys flash for me? And hopefully I make it. Like, the bodies are going to be a little bit lagged behind him, right? So making those calls becomes even harder when the spawns aren't falling in your favor. 3-3. 24 for Axial, 21 for Nafni, and I think that really just tells the story, because on the other side, nobody for Cloud9 is popping off. You can just see it right here quite clearly. It's not always about the frags, but when there's a disparity like this, the rounds add up. 107 and 106 ADR respectively. Bit of a game from those two. Estag hasn't purchased in yet. Can go for the glass cannon AWP with a flash on his side.
Boy, I gotta tell you, I wish I could hang out with you guys, but I gotta go. There's just not enough hours in the day. But
here it goes, and there goes Alex. No one in support, Chad. You painted the picture. We witness it live. He's gone.
He's gone. He's gone. Till next time.